It is Tuesday, September 9th, and I'm going to get our winter onion bed ready to put green onions in. I leave my lawnmower because I just have a battery powered push mower, which does a fine job. Does good enough for what I use it for anyways. Of course, I got stuff piled in front of it. No matter where I put stuff, I always have something in my road. This here is my solar array shed. The shed out of the ground mount area. So that way it wouldn't be a total waste of space. That's where I keep my push mower and a few other things. Different video. I have a couple videos on my solar array. We're not all solar, but we run all of our greenhouse and our farm business is all solar. Our house is not yet, anyway. It will be eventually, but it's not yet. So what I have is a cattle panel greenhouse that I have built, I don't even know how many years ago now. Probably 3 or 4 maybe. Somewhere near there. It does pretty good, served us well. I need new plastic for it. I've been taking the plastic on and off in the spring and fall. Take it off in the spring, put it on in the fall. This year we grew cucumbers in here. And yeah, left to get away from us. So now we have some really nice mallow plants growing, and yes, they are native to this area. Anybody knows what a mallow is? That's the original marshmallow was made from the roots of those. I don't know the first thing about making them. Then we have some wild lettuces. Then they're good to make pain medication out of. They're like an opioid. They're not an opioid, but they make the pain medication you can make out of that is the same as the opioids without all the effects. But they grow wild in the U.S., so we'll never ever use those as medication. They'll buy their addictive stuff from other places. Because that's just what our pharmaceutical companies do. If they ain't healing you, they don't want to heal you. They want to make you addicted to their medication. The effects of that wild lettuce isn't addictive, and it does the same thing, but doesn't give you all the side effects. So they'll never use those as the medication that we need. So anyways, enough rambling for me. I'm going to get in here with my little push mower and try to mow all this down. So that was the first round. Now I'm going to go through and pull all these weeds that I didn't get mowed. Like a lot of these, it's cucumber vines are still attached. I'm going to pull those down and put in the middle. This pokeweed. Throw it down where I'm going to mow. radishes. Of course, I planted these radishes. I did that to try to help deter the cucumber beetles. Didn't seem to work, but never know unless you try. I'm gonna go through and pull all that stuff in the moat area, drop the deck down as lower than what it was that time, and do it again. So I'm just gonna keep pulling it in, rake it in, mow it, and do that until I'm happy with it. Then I'm gonna put weed fabric down. The reason I'm letting all that lay there, I know there's gonna be a lot of weed seeds. I'm gonna have a mess in a few years. I understand that. I'm doing that to keep the organic matter where it was. I don't want to take the organic matter from this plot, compost it, and then put it back. So this basically, I'm just going to compost it in place. This is basically going to be chop and drop. I'm just doing it with a mower. I'm going to put weed fabric down, so I ain't going to worry about it this winter. Next year, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in here next spring. I don't know what I'll do in here. But this winter, I'm going to have onions in this. I need to get some plastic and put back on too. I don't have any greenhouse plastic. I need to get a piece. So as you've seen, I got everything cut and cleaned up fairly well. As good as it's going to get cleaned up. So what I done was just mowed it as high as I could mow it, and then I pulled everything in from the outside fence, and then mowed it again, lowered the deck, mowed it again. I did that several different times. And then after I did all of that, I went through and got most of the bigger pieces out that didn't get chopped up, and all the vinier stuff out of here, and took to the compost. So now I'm going to water it in fairly well, and cover it up with some weed fabric, and I'll let it set for a week or so. I'm just going to water it fairly decent, not extremely well, but give it a decent drink. Mainly doing this to kind of help rot up all of the organic matter that is now laying on the surface. If it germinates some seeds, it's great. It germinates some seeds. I'm not watering it good enough to make it muddy or really wet even as far as that goes. Just giving it just basically enough to settle the dust. This summer has been pretty dry, so last winter we didn't grow anything in this bed, which is the first winter since I put it in that we didn't grow in here. The main reason I didn't grow in here this past winter is because I didn't have no greenhouse plastic, and until I thought about it, it was just trying to prep stuff. It was too late in the year. Winter got to me too quick last year. I don't want that to happen to me again. I have onions in the greenhouse that is actually ready to get put in the ground. They're going to be another week or two before they get put in the ground here. So I'm going to water this in, put weed fabric down, let that set for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then plant in here. Burn holes in the weed fabric and plant. This is roughly 8 foot wide by 24 feet long, give or take. So now that it's watered in good, I'm going to just put weed fabric down. That weed fabric's 4 foot wide, so 2 widths of it should be enough, but I'm probably going to put one down the center in the walkways and then one more or less over top of each grow bed. It's probably going to be overkill, but that's what I'm going to do, I think, anyhow. I think that now until I actually start rolling it out, then we'll see what I end up with. By looking at it right now, I think I'm going to put a row over top of each side and then see what's left in the center and maybe put another row down the middle. Originally I had a nice walkway of wood chips down the middle. I don't think I'm going to put that down here this year over top of this. I don't want that on top of this because that's just going to make a mess when I go to take this up. So yeah, I think I'm going to do one row, and see what I got in the middle. And I fasten that down with some pretty long landscape staples. We buy this local, actually, there's a local greenhouse supply store that's within 15-20 minutes of here. We get a lot of supplies from them. I'll still have weeds growing around the outside perimeter, but it's definitely going to help. And a few weeds ain't going to hurt nobody. I just don't want it weeded up like it was this time. That was a mess. Need to burn that off so I can get it cut. You always cut this stuff with a torch. I do anyways, that way it keeps it from fraying. When you melt the ends, it keeps it from fraying. So, as you see, it is now weed free. And yes, to all you plastic haters, there will be microplastics. This stuff is UV protecting. It's not like it's going to break down like a cheap piece of plastic you're going to buy from wherever. It's probably better plastic than what your water bottle is you drink out of. So, as far as plastic goes, I ain't a fan of it either, to be honest, but it saves you so much time in the weeds. And depending on what you want to do with your life, pull weeds or have a life, to each their own. I'm not going to stand here and preach one way or the other. So I'm going to let this go for about a week, probably a week or so, give or take. And I'm going to plant onions in here. I'll just go through and burn a bunch of holes. I'll probably keep the holes maybe 6 inches apart all the way through on each side. I did put a strip down the middle. I wasn't gonna, but I had about a foot there that didn't have nothing on it, so I figured I probably should put a strip down the center, so that's what I did. So I put that strip down the middle just so I didn't have to worry about it. I thought about putting cardboard down the middle, and I thought, no, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just put another strip down there. It's not that big a deal. It takes me 10 minutes to do it. I ain't going to worry about it. So I'm going to call this good, and in a week or so, maybe I'll bring you back. If you want to see me plant, I'll video that if you want me to. All you got to do is tell me to, or tell me you want to see it in this, comment that down below in this video, and I will gladly put that video when I do it, so you can see I'll burn my holes and how I plant my onions. Right now I'm going to sneak in here and steal the pigs' food bowls, and they're going about half nuts, as they usually do. Another week and a half, and they will be bye-bye. Is that right? Another week and a half, and you boys are going to freezer camp. Off the freezer camp. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Yeah. Don't be sticking your dirty nose on me. Don't be sticking your dirty nose on me. No. You guys about how spooked me. Watch out. There ain't nothing in it. Yeah. You got an itch, do you? So today is Tuesday. I guess yesterday was Monday, so yesterday would be 2 weeks, and these guys go to the butcher shop. So yeah, they've been fun. I've enjoyed them. Ain't that right, fellas? Ain't that right? Sausage gravy. How about you, biscuits? Don't touch the yellow string, it'll bite you. Go ahead, touch it. See if I care. Anybody thinking about pigs, just for their fun, you might as well get some. I'll probably grow some next year just because I enjoyed them. Don't know that we're going to need any, but you never know. So I'm going to put my stuff away. I would have finished this up sooner, but my lovely lady had supper ready, so I just came back outside to eat. Now I'm going to go in, clean up, and harvest lettuce for our restaurant customer that gets delivered tomorrow. So I'm going to wrap this up right here. Way better than the beginning. Way better. So till we meet again, take care and God bless.